Good morning. We'll explore installed base profit model and the new product profit strategy, the two different paths that together build long-term profitability. Companies don't always earn much from first sale. Smart businesses play the long game. Some focus on building a loyal customer base and then generating recurring revenues from them. Others focus on innovation, launching new products at just right time in the market cycle to capture high revenues. Both strategies are about sustainable profits, not just quick wins. In the installed base profit model, we'll understand this by imagining a company that sells you something at a very low price or even at a loss sometimes. But why? Because once you are inside the ecosystem, you keep buying follow on products, upgrades, and services. That lock in effect creates switching costs, making it difficult for you to leave. Over time, this turns into a powerful recurring revenue engine. Let's put into numbers through the razor and blades example. A razor handle is sold for around 100 rupees, almost at no profit. But each pack of blades costs around 300 rupees, and customers typically buy them 10 to 12 times a year. That's around 3,000 to 3,600 annually, or over 15,000 made in 5 years. These companies don't make money from the razor, they make money from the blades. This is the essence of the installed base model. Now, another example we have of gaming consoles. Now, a modern day example of the gaming console where they sell consoles which are around 300 to $500. And we need games also, and each games cost around $60, which is 5,000 rupees. The average games by bought per year are 5 to 7. That's 300 to $420 per year just on games. And that's not all. We also buy the digital extras, DLCs, skins, expansion packs, easily another 50 to 100 per year. And then there's a subscription service, PlayStation Plus, at $10 a month. So that's around $120. By adding all this up, it's around $500 to $600 every year. So 5 year, one gamer spends around $3,000. Compare that to the $400 on the console, and you see the real picture. The console isn't the business; the ecosystem is. That's why companies like Sony and Microsoft don't mind losing money upfront because the base profit model guarantees profit later. Now let's switch up to the second road, the new product profit strategy. Think of product's life cycle as a S curve. At the bottom of the curve, the market is small but growing fast, and companies can change premium prices because of competition. The competition is limited. In the middle, the market grows rapidly, but competition also increases. Margins are still good, but very slow. They're shrinking. At the top, the market matures. Competition is fierce. Price falls and margins shrink. The key here is the timing. Companies that enter too early may burn money. Those that enter too late face saturated markets. But those that enter at just the right time, at the bottom or the middle of the curve, capture huge profits. For example, Apple is a master of this game. In 2023, iPhone bought in around 200 billion in revenues. But let's be honest, the smartphone market is very mature. Margins are shrinking, innovation is very slow, and competition is everywhere. Now look at Apple's wearables like Apple Watch and AirPods. They earn around 40 billion dollars in 2023, which is small as compared to iPhones. But here's the difference: they are growing at double-digit rates because the market is still young. So Apple really has two engines: a mature product, iPhone, that brings in cash flow, and emerging product line, wearables, that brings in high growth and profits. That's how Apple stays on top of the curve. They squeeze value from mature markets by riding new waves of growth at the same time. Another example is of Netflix. Netflix gives us a great story. Back in 2000, Netflix earned around 270 million, and that too from DVD rentals, a market that was already dying. If they had stayed in that business, they would have disappeared just like Blockbuster. But they jumped onto the next curve, that was streaming. That decision transformed them. By 2022, Their revenues had grown to $31 billion. That's more than 100 times their early revenue. And now the streaming market itself is getting saturated with Disney Plus, Amazon Prime and others. So Netflix is innovating again and launching ad-supported tiers and even exploring cloud gaming. These new moves are expected to add another 1 or 2 billion annually. Netflix survives not because it was lucky, but because it mastered the art of moving from one curve to the next before the old market was completely collapsed. So, what's the big lesson here? A razor sold for 100 rupees, 15,000 in blades, a $400 console becomes $2,500 in games, subscriptions, and add ons. iPhone market worth 200 billion is balanced by 40 billion in fast growing variables. A 270 billion DVD rental business becomes a $31 billion streaming giant. The secret is very clear. Profits, profits don't just become from the first sale. They come either from locking in customers into an ecosystem or from catching the wave of innovation just at the right time. And the best companies, Apple, Sony, and Netflix of the world do that. That's how they build profits that lasts not just for the year but for decades. Thank you.